Violetta Analacari reporting from Times Square, New York. How exciting. Just look around and see the crowds. This is a Sunday afternoon, and it's always busy like this. And Sunday in a nice weather is especially nice. We're gathered here with a few cast members, and right now I'm standing with somebody I'm certain that you recognize because he's all over Facebook and all over Big Sky, the TV show, wearing a number of hats. You all are familiar with Leland Prater, so I'm going to give him the microphone and let him tell you whatever's on his heart to tell.
Well, for the first thing is, this is terrific. I've never been to New York City. I've never been this far, and this is not Tulsa, but this is amazing. I love your city. This is amazing.
Well, what's your most favorite thing you've done so far?
My most favorite thing I've done so far, rode a train underground. Trains don't go underground where I'm from. Nothing goes underground where I'm from. Oil wells, that's the only thing underground. So this is spectacular. Yeah. I mean, it's spectacular. Little Italy was amazing. I loved Little Italy. We went down to Little Italy. We had a wonderful meal. I had a cannoli. I've never had a cannoli. Cannolis are wonderful. I'm going to have more cannolis before I leave. So, and we need our Big Sky baker in Big Sky to make cannolis. Yes, we do.
Well, Giovanni is our baker, and he's very good at cooking any kind of Italian food. So what did you do yesterday afternoon? Morning?
Oh, yesterday morning we went on a cruise, a Bordeaux cruise. Yourself, me, Christine, my wife, my real wife, and my TV wife. So we went on a cruise. We saw the Statue of Liberty. We saw the Freedom Tower. We had a wonderful meal. Got a little choked up, a little emotional. It was surprising. Didn't expect that, but seeing the statue that close and for the first time in real life was pretty emotional.
Yeah, it is. It's an emotional experience, as anybody can imagine, because our entire country was affected, and just being there and feeling the energy. We were at the reflection pool, which was really intense, and when you see the names and you know that a good number of people that are gathering there, the reason that they're gathering there, so that was really something. And then we went down to Chinatown and to Little Italy, and what did we eat?
What did we eat? I had rigatoni. I'm not sure what you had. You were so far down the other side of the table. But we had a great Italian food. It was wonderful Italian food.
We had a good turnout. We had 15 people at the restaurant, and we did a lot of walking, didn't we? Where did we walk from and to?
We walked from Chelsea Pier from the boat all the way. We ended up walking all the way to Little Italy. And that's after coming to Times Square and then walking back that way. This is why I'm not looking like Virgil today, because I wore the boots yesterday and walked too much, a little too much.
So from Chelsea Pier, to give you an idea, when we got off the ship, we said, well, how far is it down to Freedom Tower? And they said, oh, it's a good 25-minute walk, but it turned out to be an hour and 25, and of course we were in boots. So by the time we got to Freedom Tower, we were tuckered, and we hung out and did some interviews there, and then we walked from there to Chinatown, which was another good walk, right?
Right, and yeah, we needed horses. We needed our horses. If I had been a horse, they would have just shot me and left me lay there last night. And time we got home, time we got to the train, we all was out on the train, we zombied to the house, and then we all just kind of completely just keeled over. Yeah, rushed for the beds and didn't know anything till this morning when we had crepes. And I hadn't had crepes before either, so this has been a whole new experience for me.
It's wonderful. We were saying yesterday that last week we were in Texas and we were on horses, that we could have used those horses yesterday. So this morning I made crepes and we stuffed them with all kinds of fruit, and we had a good old breakfast. But like Lee said yesterday, by the time we got through walking back to or getting back to Penn Station, getting on the train, we one by one we fell asleep on the train, right?
We did, yeah. We just dropped like flies. It was. Look, you should watch us. It would be like eyes closed, mouth open, and bodies going. Yeah, it was. I was actually afraid that we was going to wake up in like a train station someplace, or in the roundhouse or something. So I was trying to stay awake, but I failed miserably.
Oh, that's too funny. And then we had originally planned to go to the fire pit and do some marshmallow cooking, but by the time we pulled in the driveway, we headed for our beds and said, "See you tomorrow."
Right? That was it. Yeah, it was. I fell asleep so hard that Christine tried to wake me up by knocking on my head, and to wake me up to tell me to go to bed.
So let's get back to Big Sky. Tell us something about you and Big Sky.
Something about me and Big Sky. What's new to tell about me and Big Sky? I don't know.
You can choose.
I can choose?
You can choose whatever you like to say.
You put me on the spot now.
I did. I'm sorry. Wait, and you don't have to say anything if you like.
No, I can say a lot of things. I mean, I'm tremendously excited about this. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of things we can't really talk about yet, but it's exciting stuff that's going on back there, and it's got me pumped up a whole lot more. I mean, it's made this trip out here even more special. There's a lot of stuff on the horizon. There really is.
It's all good. All of it's good. So we're moving forward, and in leaps and bounds in some places, and at a more moderate pace in others. If you hear that, that's the subway below us, because after all, this is Manhattan. So what do you think? There's a train down there.
That's just wrong.
Yes, there's a train below us and the big sky above us and everything else that comes in Times Square. So any parting words you'd like to leave with your viewing audience? So we'll tell them what you're doing. Let's see, what's today, Sunday? What are you doing Tuesday night?
Tuesday night, I'm appearing on Under the Big Sky with Violetta Anna Licari's new show on her premiere with Jerry Parisi. And Alana Phillips is going to be on, and Rachel Wahlberg is going to be on. And so you want to watch this.
And that's not all. It goes on from there. And then Wednesday night, what are you doing, busy person?
Wednesday night, we're on the Filmmaker Show with Jerry Parisi. Me and you.
Yep. So here we are, some busy actors. And when you're in New York, you grab every opportunity you can. And so that's all going to be fun. And we've got a busy week. We've got some other things that Lee and I are working on for the next few days. And you'll be seeing and hearing about that in the coming days, or coming weeks, I should say. Lee, any parting words to the viewing audience?
More parting words? Hey, y'all keep watching. Things are progressing. Things are getting exciting. You're going to love it. I'm loving it. So I'm assuming you will. And if you don't, then just send your complaints to me, and I'll apologize, and mea culpa, and we'll work it out, okay?
Thank you so much, Lee. Violetta Anna Licari reporting from Times Square, right in the thick of it all, for Under the Big Sky. Till next time, God bless. Violetta Anna Licari reporting from Times Square for Under the Big Sky. We're here in Manhattan, right in the thick of it all. I'm with a cast member, and very special to me in more ways than one. She plays my niece on Big Sky, but in real life, she is my niece. I love her to pieces, Bethany Scarpelli. I'm introducing you to her, and she's going to tell us a little bit about who Bethany Scarpelli is and her character on Big Sky.
My name is Bethany Scarpelli. I play Hattie Hicks on Big Sky. I love theater. I love the group I'm working with on Big Sky. We're a big family. It's just awesome, and I'm honored and privileged to be a part of it. And I've always loved the theater, film, and I'm excited to see what God has in store, where this is going, and one day at a time.
Can I tell the story about she knows what I'm talking about, I'm sure. Well, Bethany has been in theater for all her life. She was doing a stage play, and it was out of state for me, and I went up because I wanted to see her on stage. And I'm sitting in the audience with her family, and here comes Bethany walking across the stage, and her mother, my sister, looks at me, looks at Bethany on stage, and says, "She's got my shoes on." Now, why that's funny is the shoes are like 2 sizes too big for Bethany.
Yes, that was funny. My mom was not too happy.
Now, I have to ask you, why did you put her shoes on? What was that whole thing about?
I had to dress up as a girl from the 50s, and I had nothing that matched that era. I consisted of Airwalks and Nikes as sneakers, so I needed some dress shoes, and I had to go with my mom's.
And there she was, wearing them proudly across the stage as they were slipping and sliding.
Pretty much.
So you've been a busy stage actress, and
Yes.
now you're involved in film, TV.
Yes.
And you've got a busy career ahead of you. You're busy during the course of the day. So tell me, have you been hanging out with this crazy crowd of people this last few days?
Oh, yes. We're all different types of crazy, so we mesh well together, but it's been amazing. amazing. We've done Times Square. We actually went to Central Park, which was awesome. Everybody really enjoyed it. So
Yeah, we're having a great time. Bethany played host yesterday to Alana and Rachel as we went on a cruise, and she took them around Manhattan because Bethany's lived in Manhattan, and she's old hat at navigating around the big city. So tell us, Bethany, what does Big Sky mean to you personally?
personally, we live in a day and age where there's not good, wholesome family television, and I just love how we're bringing that back to TV, where the whole family can enjoy, and just, it's good. It's fine. It's time.
Time, that's a big word. It is time. People are sick of reality TV and sick of having to pick and choose because of content, what their kids can see. So we're offering to the public quite a bit, isn't it right? Okay, and I'm real happy about it, and I know you're thrilled about it too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
We're going to go on a bus tour later and see the sights in the city and enjoy the sights New York has to offer and enjoy each other's company.
Don't forget John's famous pizza.
Oh, and we're going to John's famous pizza. Mwah, muy bueno.
Muy bueno. And that's a New York pizza. Of course, everybody knows there's no pizza like New York pizza, right? Isn't it? And the bus tour Bethany's talking about is a night tour, so we'll get the night view. I've never done the night tour. Have you?
I did it once when I was younger. It was spectacular. The lights are amazing. It's an experience that everybody wants to have if you're in New York City.
Okay, so now, Bethany, I understand also something else is coming up Tuesday night for you. What are you doing Tuesday night?
I am going to be Under the Big Sky on Violet.
This one over here is
Auntie's show, which is awesome, on Madhouse TV. So you definitely got to tune in and watch.
Bethany is one of my guests on Under the Big Sky Tuesday night. So tune in, and even though this will air, we're competing with the trains underneath us, right?
Yes, we are.
Even though this will air after the show, you can always tune into madhousetv.com and pull up any old episode because everything is archived. So be sure to look for Bethany on the show. Any parting words that you'd like to leave with your viewing audience?
Watch Big Sky and tell your friends. Spread the word.
Till next time, this is Violetta Analacari reporting from Times Square in the heart of our city. Till then, God bless. Violetta Analacari reporting from Times Square in New York, the heartbeat of the city. We're gathering around cast members from Big Sky, the TV show. I'm interviewing for my show, Under the Big Sky, and here comes that old train down there again, right, that we're going to compete with for just a minute. I am here with a cast member that I'm sure you're familiar with, and we're going to talk about his character and some other things that Peter does because he's a very busy actor. And see, God is good, and all the time. And so without further ado, we're going to hear from Peter, and he'll tell you a little bit about Big Sky, his relationship too, and then we'll go on to talk about some other things.
My pleasure. The character I play in Big Sky is called Miguel Guiteres. He's the bartender. There's going to be 2 saloons in town. The one I work out of is called the Dark Horse. Tala, who's the owner, I'm the bartender and sort of her right-hand man. I have a romantic interest in her. I'm also very sly, where I start taking money from the till, ordering the drinks, anything to satisfy my pocket. And I also am the bouncer. So you can have a good time, but if you cross that line, you're out. And no one gets to Tala but through me.
Oh, that's that real. When he said bouncer, look, you know what I'm talking about? Don't mess with him. That would be a mistake. Well, you know what? I'm real excited about your part in Big Sky and to watch your character unfold in front of the many people, because he just gave you a little tidbit of his character and his interaction with people like Tala, but there's a lot more you're going to want to tune in to find out, because there's some twists and turns, and we're not going to tell you about that now. But Peter, outside of Big Sky, I know that you're a busy actor. Tell us the kind of things you're involved in.
I just did a commercial and a photo shoot for IKEA. And I also just did a one-act play. It was called City of Fear. In fact, not too far from here. It was on 42nd and 8th at Manhattan Rep Theater. I love the stage. That's my first love, the stage. As an actor, there's nothing like being on stage and feel connected to the audience right then and there. And there's only one take, and I love stage. I love acting in general, but I love the stage.
Yeah. And I have to say that I have seen Peter on stage. He's a phenomenal actor. He's got a great presence. The play that I came to see you in, tell us a little bit about that one.
It's called The Prodigal Daughter. There's a parable in the Bible called The Prodigal Son. It was written by this woman, Doreen Firestone, and she wrote it from a woman's perspective. It's a 3-person play. She plays the prodigal daughter, Christine plays an angel, and I play God. And the performance she saw, I was at a church in Westbury, and it was very touching and moving. We never know what's going to happen. There was a young man, I'm going to get chills here. There was a young man in a motorized wheelchair in the aisle, and there's a part of the play when I walked down the aisle and I did not know what to do. So I prayed, because when I'm playing that role, that's not me doing it. So I prayed to God, what do you want me to do? So when I went over there, I just felt to kneel down in front of him and put my hands on him. And I just said, God, whatever you need to do for this young gentleman, please do. And that was just like one of the tidbits. You never know when we do this performance what's going to happen, because we are just vessels.
It was very moving. We all wept. It was tremendous. And just to show you the versatility of Peter Quinones as an actor, he goes from playing God to the bouncer. You know what I'm talking about here? Oh boy.
That's what acting's all about, right?
That is what acting's all about. Okay, so now I'm loving your shirt,
thank you.
and I'd like you to talk about it.
Well, to me, it reminds me of Tala, who's this beautiful Native American woman, and played by Blue Wolf. And I just saw this. I said, you know what? Since Miguel has his heartfelt feelings for Tala, why not wear this today?
Oh, whoa. Blue Wolf, wait till you see. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love the wolf. Wolf is in my totem. I love it. That's great. It's a great shirt. So, Peter, tell us now, jumping back to Big Sky, the TV show, what is your heart of hearts towards Big Sky?
Wow. I mean, it's not only going to be a family show, but we're becoming a family as a cast. You know, how they cast us is amazing. It had to be some kind of spiritual divine intervention, because the more and more I meet the cast members here, like yourself and Leland and all these people that are here today, Chris, Alana, Bethany, Rachel, we've clicked right away. And in fact, Alana joked before. She said, if we're already joking now, imagine what's going to be when we're on set. You know, and it's just been an amazing experience. The more cast members I've met, the more I love it, and I'm grateful to you and Booley and Hoss and Chris and everybody who's involved with it, Leland. It's been an amazing experience, and it's nothing like I've experienced before. There's no divas, nobody's better than, and nobody is less than.
An even playing ground, and that's really who we're all about. Julie Bumgarner is our creator, and Rick Ballantyne, our co-creator and our composer, and they've done a phenomenal job with not casting, but with writing. And of course, we have a team of writers that will dialogue and all the other writing things that need to be done. I'd like to shout out also to Frank Howell, our casting director. Hello, train. We shall wait for a minute or two for you to pass. Oh, look at that. This is New York. Hello, New York. But Frank Howell is, he's an amazing casting director, and he's got a great eye, and he casts people, and then Julie gets a hold of it, and she sees who fits with what. She's done an amazing job, hasn't she? I mean, they all have. Frank with his casting, and Julie with matching people together. And it's like Peter said, the bonding that's taking place is beyond what normally happens, right?
Yes.
And I mean, we love each other. We've got each other's back. We champion each other. We encourage each other. And every opportunity we have to see each other's work, we take that opportunity to encourage and build those relationships even more. So when we're on set, it's going to be just reunion.
Yes.
Right?
I agree 100%.
Yeah. I'm just amazed at it all. Well, it's time to say goodbye for now because we've got other things to do while we're in Manhattan, of course.
Of course.
So, Violetta Anna Licari and
Peter Quinones.
reporting from Times Square, the heart of New York. Till next time, God bless.